To video 2 for EDEN299 assessment task 1, which will be following on from video 1, which is the micro teaching sequence. So this micro teaching was developed utilizing this content descriptor, which requires the analysis of the representations of people and places in literary texts drawn from diverse historical, cultural and social contexts, or by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander authors and a wide range of Australian and world authors. As this micro teaching was launching into the first lesson of a unit looking at A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, that lesson and this aspect was drawing on literary texts from a different historical period as well as a world author from the United Kingdom, being Charles Dickens. So in this way, the lesson was aligning and hitting the requirements or the descriptions of this content descriptor. For this lesson, as it's the start of a new unit and it was focused on the historical context behind A Christmas Carol, looking at the Industrial Revolution, I thought it would be useful to utilize Bloom's taxonomy. And this is the framework that classifies learning into a hierarchy of cognitive skills. So as we're at the start of a unit and we're introducing new concepts and new content, very much focused on the remembering and understanding domains of the taxonomy. So looking back to the activity that the students were doing with the worksheet that was going alongside the video, this was really focused on the remember domain of the taxonomy. The first question, as noted in the video, was asking when did the Industrial Revolution take place? And that was requiring them to remember what they've seen in the video, place it into their worksheet, and the following discussions that were occurring after were also based on that remember and understanding domain of the taxonomy, where they were looking at, okay, what were the features of the Industrial Revolution, what was happening, what were the advancements, all to prepare them for the analysis of the text. And through that, we would continue to move further up the pyramid, where eventually we would be creating a text response essay in response to a prompt right at the tip of that pyramid in the analyze, evaluate, and create domains. So good practice for teachers at all stages of their career is to utilize the high impact teaching strategies, or the HITS, and they're 10 evidence-based interventions that can be implemented just to foster more effective learning outcomes. So 3 HITS that were demonstrated in that micro teaching were differentiated teaching strategies, structuring lessons, so specifically the use of a do now activity at the start of a lesson before moving into the activity, and then also questioning. So differentiated teaching, this will be touched on further in video 3. However, these were the 3 areas that were evident. So the checklist, captions alongside the video, and creating digital options for students to complete their work. So by opening the lesson with a do now activity, this is a blend of Rosenshine's principles, where he is talking about beginning a lesson with a short review of previous learning. So although we haven't done any previous content on this topic, this was based on a See, Think, Wonder. So it was still a meaningful activity to do. It's part of the routine of the class, and it took 3 to 5 minutes, or in a real classroom setting, 3 to 5 minutes to complete. And the students can do it without teacher guidance, and that's based on the questioning that's there. Which leads on to the I see, what do I see, what am I thinking, what am I wondering, do I have any questions? So this is promoting students to create some critical observations and think deeply about what they are looking at with the three images, trying to identify patterns within the three images and seeing if they can look ahead to what the end goal is going to be of the unit and how those images might be related to what we are working towards. The micro teaching was also hitting these three standards of AITSL, so using teaching strategies, planning and sequencing learning programs, so that was the makeup of that lesson, and then selection and usage of resources through the digital video and the worksheets, how it was used, finding those images. And here are my references.